you know?
Why Bill Nye?
Yeah. Because look, all I'm saying is just because of this front, I might get banned just because the symbol itself, right? First of all, that symbol is the shape of the stars when they move around the northern star that doesn't move. So first of all, that's proof that we're on a stationary plane. Second of all, it's also proof we're not ripping and warring out into nothingness, and stars aren't shooting out in every direction, because the zodiac signs have been the same for millions of years as we know it, or thousands at least. You know, before they were even made or created, right? So that's not a hate symbol. It's a symbol of peace. It's the movement of the stars. It's the shape of the stars in the sky. What the fuck? Why was it taken? See what I mean? Right? So that should be your question. So oh, I got it. Look. So look at Facebook already blocking us. Rock Soul already watching us and listening. We'll take the NSA out of the game, so NSA isn't watching us. But she asked me, why Bill Nye? Because he's a contract businessman, is he not? For Disney 666, is he not? Is he not? Does he not work for Disney?
I don't know.
He is. He's contracted with Disney 666.
Okay.
He's a Freemason. Controlled opposition. They have positions to tell you incorrect mathematics. So they tell you, you say, why Bill Nye? Because Bill Nye has a contract with Disney, and he's a Luciferian with Disney, is he not? And he likes to practice wickedness. Does he not? So Bill Nye he's out there teaching people that you can't leave an enclosed system. So he wants you to think that you're on the disc. You're on the disc floating into nothingness space. But what makes you think that there's an edge? And it's not infinite. Remember we were talking about Earth, and that's where we are now. Why do people think there's an edge? What makes you think that it's just floating? This is just the polarity. This is just whatever the magnetic polarity is from the sun and the moon, because the moon is supposedly some sort of magnetic frequency vibration, cold fusion. It can't be coming from the sun if it's hot. It's some sort of reflection from the cold, so maybe from the center where it's cold, from the North Pole, somehow, some way, and it emits its own light, right? From whatever this place is, somewhere here, and you know. And the torus field is the energies that's being created around it. You're a torus field. I'm a torus field. We're all a torus field. Don't you understand? We're all torus fields. But the point of the matter is even your scriptures in page 1, it talks about how everything is you know, the waters above were separated from the waters below. Remember? So when you're trying to take a photo of your city and the flat horizon keeps rising, there's no depth perception. If you keep going up like that and that's what you see, and the horizon's always rising, horizon meaning horizontal, because we do length and width and height and depth perception. We practice these things that I don't even teach your children or your sons and daughters. Excuse me, children means to render your chi energy, so let's not go down that rabbit hole. Learn your sovereignty, learn who you are, where you stand, know where you are. People don't know where they are. This is all fake imagery. CGI. It's just computer generated imagery. You're paying $50 billion a year for. $87 billion a year for some Luciferian occult ritualism paintings. They're not real pictures of what you would know Earth to be. This is all pictures. Do you see the problem here? How you got a big hurricane here, and then you say the hurricane's that big? How is that? Think about it. Think about it. These are real images given out by NASA, fam. Alright? And then this is real images taken by us. By me. By you, if you know who I am. We're us. We're one. We're Soul Tribe. You took the picture. If I took the picture, how many perfectly flat 500-mile horizontal panels do you need to see to see that every square mile, there's no 8 inches of curvature per every square mile. There's none. Look. Check it out. So Bill Nye the Science Guy is out there brainwashing the kids. So is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's telling the kids that we live on a spherical object, which first of all wasn't even a word, made up word. And then he's saying that it's bigger that in the equator than it is at the poles. That means we're spinning on a pear. Or you wake up and realize all that bullshit and realize there's more land and realize the Antarctica Treaty is keeping you past the 90th parallel of Earth. On the globe, the bottom part, you can't go to south of you know what I mean? You can't go to Antarctica because the penguins and shit. Ah! Meanwhile, we're just slaughtering everything else, including each other. But save the penguins. Fucking A, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Trying to bullshit me. Have you ever seen them slaughter a cow? I'll bring it up every day. The cow cries, dude. If you don't have empathy for them slaughtering a cow, I hate you. You know what I mean? Like, you can hate me for ever eating meat because I'm a hypocrite. I get that. You can hate me. I ain't trying to indulge on it in any way. Especially if I'm not hunting it myself and shit. For real. No joke. But, like, the animals cry. Like, wake up. And if you think you're a monkey spinning on a ball, you're experiencing cognitive dissonance. And I have real pictures of 3 suns. Look at this map where you can see 1, 2, 3 suns. If you're in the right angle in the right place across the flat plane, plane as in planet, plane with a net. Planete is where the planets come from. Planets in the firmament above in the energy field, which looks like you know, that's a planet. Think you can land on that? You think Mars is landable? You can keep playing games with me? That's what real stars look like. Someone comes on to me. They go, "It's out of focus, dumb motherfucker. It's out of focus." Are you kidding me? You think I don't know how to focus my $2,000 camera? You know what I mean? Oh, you're not educated. You know what the word educated even means? It means to lead out. So what the hell what are you talking about? What lead you out to what direction? Educate. Let me lead you into this direction. Let me educate you on this. You know what I mean? Because they're experiencing cognitive dissonance. Do the rivers flow uphill? Show me when you're on the ocean and you see the curvature and you're on the mound. Show me where the rivers flow uphill. Because there's a curve. There's a curve on America, right? How come there's no curve? There's no curve on Kansas. There's literally no curve. All across Kansas is the flattest. It's like the flattest state that you could find. And then people believe in satellites. Someone told me that today. Someone was trying to laugh at me and talk about satellites, but you can't find any. You can find balloons. You can find balloons and drones. You can find deadly drones and balloons. You could Google satellites. They're all fake. They're even admitted. Coming right from NASA themselves. That we pay $80 billion a year for, $50 million a day, while little kids are starving and dying. You said, why Bill Nye again now? Because he's Bill Nye the indoctrination guy. He's Bill Nye the indoctrination guy. The face you make when you lie to millions of people. The frequencies are truth. The Taurus field is the truth. Whatever the stars are and how they're harnessing our energies and giving us these different... I'm a Scorpio. You're a Taurus. Right? I don't know if we can read that as a good or bad thing. What if they're harnessing us, making us that shit? That's how they're able to know our behavioral patterns, where we can't live off of free will because we're stuck in our zodiac. So people who don't believe in it, maybe that soul energy is true, but regardless, we're still being harnessed by it because you can read people by those energies. It's very physically, animalistically real, like 5 senses real. Like, you don't have to be an empath to know the differences of people's zodiac signs and whatnot. And that doesn't mean we're on a sphere either. That means that we're on a plane and the Taurus field moves around us, sort of like that. And if you get past the first Taurus field, who's to say that there's an edge or a wall, but maybe just a Taurus field? So an energy syntax, you don't even see it. You just walk through it and all of a sudden there's like more ocean And it's like, hold on, this isn't even Earth anymore. That's because you're on a whole nother realm, because you're on a whole nother ring in a whole nother dimension. And it's that simple. And now you're talking like, what is Earth? Well, we're at this. There's something at the center in this pond, and you're not able to go there. The Garden of Eden. You're not allowed to go to the Garden of Eden. You're not allowed to go to the waters of the deep. Of the deep, 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 because we're already in the waters of the deep. The waters of the deep were separated from the waters above. The waters below were separated from the waters above. That is in Scripture. The waters below are separated from the waters above. There's nothing in there that talks about vacuumless space. And then you talk about the sun being 93 million miles away. No. Don't panic. The sun's not 93 million miles away and going to turn into some sort of just fucking supernova. It's in the clouds. It's just right here. It's right here in my clouds. I took the picture. Me. And I took this picture. Two suns. I take these pictures. Me. Go outside. Like, nobody even goes outside, Papa. Come on. Fucking, I took the pic. Me. And then we get pics. Well, oh, the dark side of the moon. Oh, so you see stars through a solid object? Do you see stars through a solid objects? Have you ever seen stars through solid objects? Have I ever seen stars through a solid object? Well, if I was a globe head, then I would say yeah right now. But otherwise, the moon's not a solid object. Because I see a star through it, and I zoomed in on it and got it right in the perfect angle. It's a P900 camera, $2,000 camera, P1000 camera. Because look at, how is it now blue? There's feather edge. There's nothing there. Your so-called dark side of the moon is not even real. There's nothing even there. And the sun's close and local. It's right here. It's just right here in my clouds. You just don't look at it because you think it's too far away. And I sun gaze every day, so I notice it. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm not getting my sunbeams. I thought this thing was 93 million miles away, and we're spinning around at 6,666 miles an hour. You know, what's going on? What about that wobble? What about that wobble? What about that 66.6 degree tilt? The sun just sits right there. I watch it move. Moves across us, right? It moves across us. People are like, oh, I seen the space jump. I seen the curve. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You saw a fisheye lens camera. You got a GoPro? You got a GoPro? Take your GoPro out. Go look at the fisheye lens camera. Go take your GoPro out and take a picture of like what's right in front of you. It looks like the ground's curved because it has a fisheye lens camera. When you have a real camera, it's a flat horizon plane, 500 mile long chunks, you know. And again, Bill Nye the Science Guy is representing the swastika on his mind because the Big Dipper. You can see me all year, and from everywhere. Why do you think everyone knows what the dippers are? Because they represent the seasons by the way that they move. If you watch them correctly, you can tell what season it is. If you're a stargazer and a sun traveler, you're so much more aware than everyone around you. It's not even funny. That's a good start. Having nothing to do with your awareness, just looking up. Because the sun's right here in the clouds. Look, it tucked right in. Boop, boop. 93 million miles away? When the fucking you're gonna go tell me that you're gonna go ask your professor, look, I got 4 degrees. Who gives a fuck? Alright? The Freemason who founded college never even went to college, alright? It's a control of it's a manipulation of your mind, just another form of government, alright? It's a governing of your mental. Alright? Knowledge comes from within, and then observation from external will teach you the internal. Do you guys understand me?
Yeah.
So again, we need to again, it's a Masonic cult, it's a blood cult, and they don't even have the correct size on the globe itself. It's a painting, it's condemnation for investigation, is your admission to indoctrination. Like, you fucking just go ahead, tell me whatever you want me to believe and I'll believe it. It's called brainwashing. It's called brainwashing. That's what they're doing. It's Masonics. They're even holding a compass, which is a flat earth instrument, which is to map flat planes. Because we live on an infinite plane, and there's some sort of gate, some sort of higher, some sort of heaven here on earth, because it already exists here, and they create this hell by creating this heaven and saying that there's a good versus evil, and creating a duality where it doesn't even exist. We don't like the deceiving part. This is why I hate deceiving. This is why we teach people this shit. This is why